guys. I'm on competition dance and competition cheer. If you didn't know, competition dance is going to state next weekend, so we would love to see you or just have your support. I'm also the softball manager. I'm involved with tons of clubs here at Heritage, and I love my school. I love our sports. I love it here. It's my favorite place.
Well, Carson, it would have been a better question to ask you what you're not doing instead of what you are doing. So outstanding. We're happy to have Carson here in the booth with us. Tonight's a big game, and before we get started, good evening, and Rogers Heritage High School football fans. Let's cheer on our War Eagles.
It says Panthers on the paper. We are not the Panthers.
And as they battle the Mounties tonight, we are thrilled to be joined by 7 Brew Coffee. 7 Brew is a partner of Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. In honor of Heritage High School athletics, 7 Brew will make a $7,500 donation to Arkansas Children's. Head over to 7 Brew Canopy for a warm drink as you cheer on the War Eagles. So thank you to 7 Brew, and maybe we kind of struggled through that copy.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get to the ball game tonight. This is a grudge match. One of the things that we would like to point out as we go forward here at Rogers Mountaineers, having a great season under head coach Chad Harbison. One of the things you might not know about Coach Harbison is he once was a Heritage offensive coordinator. And a lot of the guys on the staff were once Heritage War Eagles. One, Darren Hotelling, Javier Carbonell, Jared Blockberger, just to name a few. So a lot of our old friends on the football staff that actually were coaches here when we began our program are now coaching on the other side of town and wearing that real drab color blue that I like to say. So, but anyway, they're still friends of ours, and we wish them the best, just not maybe tonight, Carson.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. So we're looking forward to a really, really competitive game. And it looks like our nice fall weather has left us. What do you think, Carson?
Yeah, it's very cold. It's very rainy. There was a game like this last year here. It was the Fayetteville game, and it was just like this. But, we're here. It's the last night of football conference play for all high school football, and you got to enjoy it somehow. So,
Carson, why don't you tell us what's going on in the conference as far as who's leading the league and going into the playoffs?
So 7A West, and our first seed is Bentonville High School. They did play a very, very good game against their number one competitor, Fayetteville High School, which, if you didn't already know, Fayetteville is coming off of a state title. And last year at the state at the state championship, it was Bentonville versus Fayetteville. Obviously, Fayetteville won, so there's definitely some tension there, and Bentonville did take the win that game this season, and it gave them the first seed, but, Rogers High School is in third. They played a very good game against Bentonville and Fayetteville, but they were not able to win either of those, which gives them the third seed. Springdale had a pretty decent season.
Yeah, an improved season, Carson, as last year they were at the bottom of the league, but right smack dab there in the 4th seed right now at 3-3 in the league.
Same with Bentonville West. Bentonville West has had a comeback.
Yeah, and they're 5, and then as we go down, we look at Harbor at 2-4, and
same
then
with
Northside and Heritage here at the bottom part of the league. But we're getting ready to get started as the rain is falling. Some interesting looking War Eagles going to run out that tunnel tonight, as there's some new faces as our freshman season has ended, and a few guys that you just might want to keep an eye on as we go forward here. A gentleman by the name of Alexander Moreno, a freshman at 6'1" and 240. Another young lad, Wesley Wybert, at 6'5" and 215, and Julian Medina at 6'4" and 260. A couple scat guys with Cannon Sakalolo, 6 foot 170, and a really nice looking tight end, freshman tight end, Aiden Armijo. So some guys that kind of fill out their uniform maybe a little bit better than what we've seen all season, and it's kind of fired up to see those guys with a little high school experience, a little varsity experience, not going into their careers. So some good looking freshmen taking the field tonight for Heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Heritage looks like the senior class is going to go out for the flip. And, Carson, you're going to have to pay attention because I'm a master at missing who wins the flip.
Okay.
So,
I will do my greatest.
And we sit up here and talk, and all of a sudden the game starts, and, oh, yeah, we won or we didn't. So just a kind of look at the guys that are going to be around there. Luis Cerrone, number 60. Looks like 47, Christian Soto is going to walk out there. Number 7, Danny Basurdo. 16, Cohen Smith. 1, Michael Hester, which I'll call Devin throughout the night. So just if I say Devin Hester, just know it's Michael. 44 is Evan Gaddy. 46 is Joseph Crowell. Number 2, Isaiah Yeager. These are all seniors in their last game at Heritage. Number 3, Terrell Myers. Number 98, Raul Ramirez. And there they go as they walk out against the Mounties here for the flip. And it looks like Lane Misikaitis and Joseph Crowell and Christian Soto are going to be injured seniors that are going to make the call here as we start the game. Carson, what's the temperature outside? I mean,
let's look. It is 60 degrees.
60 degrees. Doesn't feel quite like 60, and the lights make it look like it's pouring out there, but I don't think the rain is quite as bad as it looks under the lights.
No. I mean, I see some of the Spirit team members taking off their ponchos, so it can't be too bad.
Right. And what do you think, Carson, of those helmets?
I like them.
What color are those? I mean, this is a trick question now, Carson, because we know what we call them. So what do you call them?
Like, what do you like?
We had to get a text message last week during the broadcast to make sure we had the right term. Carson, those are what we call icy white helmets. Okay?
Icy white helmets.
What do you think? You think that's a good term for that?
I think it's good. I think it sounds very professional, very classy.
Yeah. So once again, we don't know who won the flip, Carson.
Oh, well. My apologies.
So if Heritage is kicking off, one would expect an onside kick, Carson, because that has been a tendency of the War Eagles all season long. And if you were with us last year at the game at Rogers, you saw the Mountaineers onside kick 3 consecutive times and recover. So whoever kicks this one off, it is a distinct possibility that they're going to put it on the ground and hope to recover it and seal a possession.
It's very notorious for an onside kick. So it happens quite often.
So just to go through the rules of it, they're going to kick the ball off at the 40, and the ball has to travel 10 yards. And once the ball travels 10 and hits the ground, it is a live ball for either team. So it looks like Heritage and number 97, Ronald Diaz, is going to be the guy that is kicking off. And Ronald has had a knack in this situation for recovering his own onside kicks. And as you see, the Mountaineers, how many guys are within 15 yards of the ball, Carson?
A lot.
Carson, there's 10 of them there.
10?
Because there's only 11 on the field and there's only one back. So there's 10 right there. So
10.
Rogers is expecting this onside kick. So here we go. And the battle for the Rotary Cup in Rogers, Arkansas is on its way with the kick. And there it is. And it's up and the cannon fires. And that's number 9, Aiden Eikenberry with the return. And a host. What do we call a group of eagles? I mean, is it a flock of eagles? I mean,
a flock of eagles.
A flock of eagles make the tackle there. So,
a flock of eagles.
So Rogers will take over at their own 48-yard line after kind of a skyrocket kick, and Rogers has got some guys that look the part as they come out, and won't no other than Jeff Reagan, a lightning quick junior quarterback, number 1. So he's going to be a big part of it tonight. And right away they go spread. And here we go. And the ball is snapped. And it's a give off the right side and a nice gain by number 15, Jack Harrell.
And the tackle is made by number 18, Jake Stout.
Jake Stout on the tackle, but that's going to be enough for a first down, and that's going to move the ball to the 41-yard line of Heritage, and Rogers is quickly back over center, and Reagan in shotgun. And a give over the left side to number 2, Drayson Volk, and he looks like he is going to turn the corner for a massive gain up the left side. How do you say that? Volk?
Drayson Volk.
So within 2 plays, Rogers is threatening, and the ball at the Heritage 6-yard line. Again, Reagan in shotgun. And a throwback to what looks to be tackle eligible, but Heritage sniffs that out. And who made the tackle there, Carson?
Number 16, Cohen Smith.
He was the first one there. Good job. So it's going to bring up what down?
Second
and goal. They're inside the 10. So here we go. Heritage again, Rogers goes quickly. Reagan in shotgun. And the snap, and it looks like the ball is on the ground, and it's loose, and it's still loose. And Rogers is going to recover it. And that is number 2, our friend Drayson Volk, who had the monster run off the left side, but not until Rogers lose what looks to be 20. We're going to say it's a 20-yard loss, bringing up 3rd and
goal
from the 25-yard line, 26-yard line.
26.
And the ball is on the ground again. Reagan with the pass, and it's caught by number 6. That's Cooper Daniel, which is going to bring up 4th down and goal. Clock continues to run. It's at the 3-yard line. That pass looked like it wasn't even for Cooper.
No.
It looked like it was overthrown.
It was kind of cool. It was different.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like a trick play.
Again, Reagan in shotgun. He's off the left side. He's going to try and keep it, and he's going to score. But there is a flag on the play. And normally in that vicinity in a high school football game, on a play that's run outside, that's almost always going to be a hold, and that's what it is. And it's going to be 4th down again, and that's going to move the ball back to the 14-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 14. Our friends across town in their rain gear are going to keep their offense on the field. And the ball is going to be placed at the 13-yard line. Again, Coach Harbison, a longtime offensive coordinator here at Heritage, and a connection to a longtime football coach in Rogers, Ronnie Peacock. And when you watch this offense, it's very similar. And there's a pass intended for number 14. That's Braxton Lindsay, but that wet ball is too much for him, and he's going to drop it in the end zone. And Rogers is going to turn the ball over in downs.
Yeah. War Eagle ball.
War Eagle ball. So a good start, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say it's a good start for our defense. Give them some confidence to, keep playing tough.
So offensively here, it looks like number 1 is in the backfield. And that ball snapped over his head. And that's going to end up being a safety. Not the way you wanted to start. The ball being snapped over Hester's head looked like a wildcat formation. And the ball, everything is wet and slippery. And this is really the first time all year long where we've dealt with this wet weather, Carson.
Yeah, it's been extremely hot. It's felt like August in the middle of October.
It has been. And the first time you deal with that wet ball, both teams are struggling hanging on to it. One, Jeff Reagan dropped the ball twice. There was a touchdown pass, Braxton Lindsay. I mean, it would look like it was pretty easy, and the ball slipped right through his hands. So that the ball is wet, and that's going to turn into a safety for against the War Eagles, giving the Mounties a 2-point advantage. So it looks like, a 2-run homer here, and the Mounties are up 2-0. Heritage will kick this thing off. I'm sorry. I'm not sure where. It looks like the ball will be placed at the 30. Ball at the 20, I believe. So Heritage is going to kick the ball off in a free kick situation from the 20-yard line. Rogers is very, very alerted that this, even in this part of the field, this could be an onside kick because they've got 10 people up there. How many people are up there, Carson?
10. 10 out of 11
10
players.
Because there's only one back, right? There you go.
You learned something new.
Not the area of the field where you usually onside kick, but anything can happen on any given night. And the ball is kicked deep, and that's going to be Cam Cunningham, who's going to take it, and he's going to make a man miss, but there's going to be a
flock of more eagles.
I don't think it's a flock of eagles. I think there's an actual name for a group of eagles. I wonder if we could look that up. If only we could find that out.
Libby is looking it up as we speak.
So a host of eagles there. And Rogers is going to start on their own 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
I don't even know how you would say that. How would you say that?
A convocation of eagles.
A convocation of eagles.
There's a convocation of eagles there on that tackle. So Reagan, again, off the left side, right side, I'm sorry.
A convocation of eagles.
Yeah, another convocation of eagles.
Another one.
And Heritage does a really nice job there stringing that out. Into a small gain, 4 yards, second and 6, and Rogers is going to go quick. Again, Reagan, the quarterback, and there's an inside give, straight up the middle, tackle by
number 17, Zanes River.
River Zanes.
River Zanes. I read that wrong. I thought it would be opposite.
River Zanes. And if you look closely on your screen, you'll see a very familiar face, number 11, Dominic Castaneda, who's played quarterback about all season long, and he's moved back into his natural position there at outside linebacker. Another give, and the tackle that's broke. Jack Harrell.
Yes.
Jack Harrell with we have one roster up here. I'm gonna do what champions do here and make a bunch of excuses, but we got one roster and we're trying to look over each other's shoulder. That's Jack Harrell on the carry, and that's gonna be 1st down Mounties. And again, no huddle, and Reagan in shotgun. And he's going to keep it, and he is not going to go anywhere.
Number 11, Dom Castaneda on the tackle.
And there, we just talked about Dom, right?
Yep.
We said he was moved to his more natural position. He had some really nice plays last week against Fayetteville.
Yes.
Later in the game.
Very similar plays like that.
So we're getting some messages here. A group of eagles can be called an airy of eagles or a convocation of eagles. So we know we have a listener out there that's.
We have two.
We have
two new phrases.
That's right. So Reagan there, the pass, and there's a lot of speed there, and there goes one Drayson Voak all the way to the touchdown, and it's going to make the score 8-0 Mounties. But just a little receiver screen out there in the flat, and more guys than we had, and Mr. Voak or Mr. Voak, number 2, is going to score a touchdown. So it's 7:28 left in the first. Rogers is going to go up 8-0 pending the extra point. That's Benson Ashley, the kicker. And it's up. And it's no good. You know what I really, Carson, in football, it's interesting because when they kick the ball, a referee is under each upright of the goalpost. And they never make a call until they look at each other. And you'll see them. They'll either nod their head or they'll shake their head. So you'll know it's good just by them looking at each other and going. Oh, well, how about this? A group of Eagles have also been called an army or a Congress.
Oh,
I think that, I don't know. Oh, and Mr. Jerry Davenport agrees. So we got all kinds of names for a group of Eagles. Right now, we're just going to call them the Heritage Football Team, and hopefully they can get something moving here on their second possession of the first quarter. Now, Heritage here again, because Rogers has had a tendency of onside kicking as well, and in this wet weather and these slippery footballs, we need to be alert here because this can definitely go, and we are. We
have 8 people.
8 up near the line, as close as they can be at the 50. And here Rogers will kick off, up 8-0 in the first quarter. And that's Evan Gordon is going to receive that. He's going to make a guy miss, and he's going to big boy it out to the 15-yard line. So not real good field position for the Mounties, but they did possess the ball. That's Darren Gaffney on the PA, and he's saying first down War Eagles.
Whoa.
Maybe we can hear him say that a bunch more times here in this first quarter. So Heritage again, Michael Hester under center. And another snap, and he's off to the races to the sideline. And he is going to be tackled by...
I can't see.
Looks like number 26.
I was going to say, I can't tell if that's like an 80 or a 90, but they both came from like the same vicinity. So we'll
say 26. Who's 26?
26 is Troy Chandler.
Troy Chandler for Rogers making the stop. The defensive backs will have numbers under 30 normally. So those are the people that are going to defend. The receivers are going to be, I'm going to say, the little bears that play behind the big guys up front. So if it's a number that looks like 26 or 86, it could probably be 26. There was a flag on the play, but it looks like it's going to be declined. It's 7:14 left in the first quarter. It's going to be second and
12.
Second and 12, and again, there's the give to Hester. Braden Carroll, sophomore, in at quarterback. Hester's going to get a couple. Actually, he's not going to get a couple. He's going to get caught for no gain. So it's going to bring up third and
12 on the 16-yard line.
Heritage has the benefit of a southern wind here. If you've been to Gate Stadium, it's north and south, and the wind can pick up almost like a funnel right through by the indoor practice facility. Heritage is going to take a timeout here with 6:39 in the first quarter. I guess we'll keep it here during the timeout. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Timeout, War Eagles. We'll be back in 60 seconds. And we're back. Hester in shotgun, and another high snap. It's going to give to Evan Gordon, and he's not going to go anywhere, and it's going to bring out fourth down. We just saw a commercial, Carson, a video of Heritage High School. Did you notice all the different things that are happening
at
Heritage High School? What would you say? How many different activities did we see in that? Because we've seen those week after week because you work in the booth all the time. I mean, there's medical stuff, and there's woodworking, and there's all kinds of stuff, all the athletics, all the band, all the different activities.
Yeah, and you see like a highlight of our student section. You see softball, soccer. You see our spirit teams on the sidelines. I mean, you see a lot of stuff. Yeah. It just really shows like what all Heritage has to offer. I'm very opinionated on that statement. I was a transfer student, and I was all about the opportunities that Heritage provided me, so You
like it here?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going really, really good at Heritage, and a lot of things for our students to get involved with. And one, you sitting here tonight in the broadcast saying we have a medical technology center area that has a working clinic on campus. The name of high school that has their own medical clinic on campus. So a lot of good things going on.
It's beautiful inside.
And there's a pass by Reagan to number 16, Parker Nix.
And the tackle is made by number 41. We're swapping papers.
We're swapping papers.
Tackle is made by number 41, Santiago Cortez.
There you go. Second and what looks to be 5, and that's Reagan again in shotgun, and the give is going to be to number 15, and he's going to slip, and he's going to be short of the first down. Jack Harrell was the carrier, and the turf made the tackle.
The turf made the tackle.
There's some things the turf does and the sidelines do that they're good tacklers at times. Mm-hmm. Again, Terry going quick. He's in shotgun, and there's to give the keeper to. And Reagan is going to score. He has got some speed. And a really nice job because he had me thinking that Jack Harrell had the ball, and I missed it. And
I was confused.
But there is a flag on the play. So it's a read option, Carson. So the quarterback puts the ball up, and then he's going to look and see what he needs to see. And if it looks a certain way, he lets the running back keep it. And if it looks another way, he keeps it. And that time he did an outstanding job basically faking me out. But there was a flag and a hold, and it's going to push it back, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 from the Heritage 40-yard line. The rain continues to fall here, and there's a pass to – we can't see his number. I think that pass was to complete to Braxton Lindsay at number 14. I didn't need to see his number. I see him on the basketball court a lot, and just seeing his competitiveness and his spirit, you could say that was probably Braxton that caught the ball over there. But he had a nice gain. He broke several tackles, and it's going to be first down on the 19 of Heritage, and Rogers is waiting on the play. And there's no way to see the Army or the Congress of Eagles that were there, Carson.
There was a lot.
There were a lot.
There were a lot of Mounties in that play as well.
Yes. And there's the give to Harrell inside, and he's up to the 12-yard line, and it's going to bring up 2nd and
4.
2nd and 4 with 4:12 left to go here in the first quarter. Yeah, Jeff Reagan, a lot of speed at quarterback. And there's another read option, and it's going to be a misdirection, and he's going to score. And there's Jeff Reagan again with some nifty ball handling, and that's a basketball coach saying that, some nifty ball handling and a little misdirection, and he's going to be in the end zone for another score for Rogers, making the score 14-0.
Yeah, Coach Olson, tell us about the basketball team this year.
Well, we just had a scrimmage.
Yes.
We had a kind of an intra-squad scrimmage. I had to ask Coach Moix how to say that because I didn't want to sound like a schmuck by saying inter-squad. It's an intra-squad scrimmage, and it was good. We had a lot of people there watching, and our guys competed hard, and we were excited about the season.
Yes, I'm very excited.
So Benson Ashley there with the kick, and they're looking at each other, and this time they're going to put their arms up, and it's going to be a extra point is good, and it's going to be 15-0 Rogers here with 3:53 in the first quarter. Carson, you've seen us play offense now twice on 2 different series, and there's a common denominator that we've got to take care of in order to move the ball. What would be your first thing you would think that they need to do?
I say we got to throw it.
You think throw it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that they need to catch the snap from the center because that's been a problem. The ball has been squirting out all over and
on both sides.
On both sides because the ball is wet. And it's really broke up any kind of rhythm or any kind of timing that the offense has had. So I think they've got to kind of correct that situation going forward.
I say we got to get the ball going and get some confidence in us.
That's right. And Carson, as you look across the field, you see the beautiful rain falling and the wind blowing, the flag is whipping and everything else. And if you look out there really closely, you'll know why I'm a basketball coach.
Why? Because it's outside?
No, because basketball's inside, and it's always 75 and sunny where I work. So
you don't have to worry about the rain.
That's right. Exactly. This is exactly why I'm a basketball coach. And here's the kick, and it's end over end. That's Evan Gordon's going to take it at the 10. He's going to make a guy miss, and he's going to get the ball up to almost the 20-yard line. And Mr. Gaff, our PA guy, says there's not 1 but 2 penalty markers down. We're going to wait and see what those are. If this is against Heritage for some kind of illegal block, it's really going to be some bad field position again for them. So we're hopeful that it may be offsetting, where a penalty's on each side, or it's just on Rogers. The guy with the white hat, Carson, he's the guy that's going to tell us what's going to happen here.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, my dad's a ref.
Oh, there you go.
Fun fact, yep.
Your dad was a pretty good football player in his day, too, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Blocking the back on the War Eagles. Dead ball, personal foul penalty on Rogers. So we're going to see. I never understand it because if the penalty happens during the play, it's one thing, and if it happens post-play, it's another. Mm-hmm. So did they take 10 back and add 15, or how did they did that? Any way you look at it, Heritage is going to come out with the ball at the 15-yard line, and that's one Michael Hester is going to take the snap. And it's a direct snap, and Hester's going to try and get to the edge, and he's not going to get there. And we have no idea what to call a host of Mounties. I mean, there's probably nothing on Google that says when a bunch of Mountaineers.
A train.
We're just going to call it a gang of people.
I say we call it a train of Mounties.
A train of Mounties. All right, I got it. So Hester's going to lose a yard on the play, bringing up second and
11.
Second and 11. And there's 3:10 left to go in the first period. Again, Hester is the guy, and he's going to keep it. He's going to try and get the edge, and he's not going to get there. And that's going to be a loss of 3, pushing the ball back all the way to the War Eagle 21-yard line. There you go. And Hester remains at quarterback, and really nothing doing here in the rain. Terrell Myers in motion. And Hester back to pass, and he's going to throw it up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. And I will say multiple guys had an opportunity to catch that one, and most of them had the blue on their helmet. So fortunate that ball fell to the ground. So that brings up 4th and
14.
4th and 14, and it continues to rain. Hester remains in there as the punter. And there's the snap, and it's a good one. And Hester gets a nice kick, and it's going to hit midfield and roll. And it continues to roll, and looks like it's going to stop there. Isaiah Yeager is going to down it at the 34-yard line where Rogers will take over. Yeah.
Okay.
Flip them. No, that's right.
No, yeah.
We're trying to keep our pages organized here. And so with 2:13 left to go here in the first quarter, 15-0 Heritage. Heritage has got very, very poor offensive field position, and they have done very little to move the ball. This is, again, Jeff Reagan, and he's going to give it off the left side to Jack Harrell, and he's in a foot race up the sideline, and just not a lot of resistance there as they keep handing the ball off left, right, and then sometimes up the middle, but they've had little to slow them down in their running game up to this point. And that's going to be first down for Rogers at the 34-yard line of Heritage. And an errant snap, and Reagan's going to make something out of nothing here with a cut up. And he's going to get to the 25-yard line of Rogers, which is going to be second and looks to be a short one. Really nice play by Jeff there because he was in kind of a bad way, and the ball's on the turf, and he was able to pick it up and make a nice gain out of it. That's Cam Cunningham, number 4 there in the backfield, and he gets the inside handoff. He's going to be tackled
by an area of War Eagles.
But not until he gets about 8 yards and a first down, and the ball is going to be marked at the 19-yard line of Heritage, and Rogers is in the red zone again. Terry with the snap and a give back to Cam Cunningham. He's looking for the edge. He's going to make a man miss, but then he's going to be tackled by
number 3, Terrell Myers.
Terrell Myers from his safety position came up and really made a nice tackle there on the cutback. But it's going to be a 6-yard gain for Cam Cunningham, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 4 from the 14-yard line. Terry with the pass, complete to number 2, Drayson Volk. And that's going to be enough for a first down. And Rogers is going to have the ball first and goal at the 4-yard line. And again, no huddle, which seems to be the way of the future of high school football and all football. That's number 15, Jack Harrell, alongside, and he's going to get the give. And it's going to be close, but he's going to be short. And that's going to end the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, Rogers takes a 15-0 lead into the second period. They're going to change ends of the field. They're going to gain the win, and they're going to have the lead. And with that, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back here to start the second quarter.
Always remember to drive your own bus.
And we're back to start the second quarter. We're honoring some National Guard folks on the field, and as you see, there's some smoke because the National Guard's touching some cannons off here. It's pretty exciting, and I wasn't quite ready for that flash and the vibration. And oh, okay, and I knew I was warned, but I had forgotten. So it's 15-0 Rogers. going into the second quarter here, and Rogers is going to have the ball inside the War Eagle 1 yard line. And the ball is on the ground, and I'm at a loss right there. We jumped on.
It was almost recovered by number 11, Don Castaneda, but then I think he rolled over it.
Nesto Gonzalez was the tailback. Nesto's position is defensive lineman at 5'11", 240. And the snap and the handoff was fumbled, and we had a chance to jump on it. But old Nesto picked it up, and he's a big lad and was able to hang on to it. And there's Jeff Reagan on the quarterback keeper, straight up the middle. Touchdown, Rogers. And that's going to bring the score to 21-0 with 11:18 here in the second period. Jeff is a young man that's not very big but has a lot of speed. He is a speedy, at quarterback, he is definitely a weapon.
Speedy. Very speedy.
He's listed at 5'7" and 150, and I'd say that's pretty close to what he is, but he really makes up for that by his just foot speed and his agility, but he is a definite weapon. And that kick is up and good, and the Mountaineers are going to lead 22-0 going into the start of here to the second quarter with the kickoff pending. We're starting to get some rain on the window. I don't know what Jerry's doing. I think Mr. Davenport cleaned our windshield for us. But, I mean, among all the other things Jerry is doing, and it's been a great season from the broadcast standpoint, I would say. Mm-hmm. Outstanding coverage, outstanding camera work, and putting the War Eagle best out there on the stream has been a real benefit to us all. So looking forward to being on the camera here in the next week and not being in the booth as we'll transition into our broadcast into our basketball season. The Rogers here with a 22-0 lead. Benson Ashley, senior kicker for Rogers, he's got it teed up and he's marking his steps. Heritage has.
We have 8.
8 guys up near the line of scrimmage at the 50. Hester is moving up because he sees something that might alert him that they're not going to kick it long, but they do. And with the win, Ashley's going to boot that out of the end zone, and Heritage is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. So we'll see, Carson. We'll see what happens here. This has been relatively one-sided, and Heritage has not had much success offensively, but it is just 22-0 early here in the second quarter. So the game is still relatively young, and with maybe some things going forward, things might turn around here. So Braden Carroll under center, which is a change. Michael Hester goes to tailback, and the snap, and Carroll gives to Hester, and he's going to go forward, and that's going to be a positive gain of about 2 yards. And it's going to be second down. The Rogers defense was pointing as if the ball was fumbled. And here we go, 2nd and 7. And there's the give to Hester again off the edge. And he's going to lose yards, and there's nothing there. And the tackle made by number...
I can't see,
number 30.
Number 30. Hunter Dickey.
Hunter Dickey with the tackle, but that was for a 4-yard, or actually a 6-yard loss. Bringing it up 3rd down and
14.
10:22 left to go here in the second. And an interesting formation here in the backfield. And Heritage is going to call timeout. That's Braden Carroll, sophomore quarterback. He's had some experience here throughout the year. He's played several snaps. A lot of people think he's got a real upside. He throws the ball. He's got a good arm. And hopefully he can get something going here.
Yeah, let's hope. We just got to get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm. And what do we have coming up cheer-wise? You were talking about state competition. When is this state competition?
Dance is competing next week at the state tournament for the state title. It is at Elma High School. We compete at 4:30.
Elma, just a short ride down the mountain.
Yep.
If you've ever lived in the central part of the state, we live on the mountain in northwest Arkansas. So when you live down there, they always say you're going up on the mountain and then you're coming down. So Elma's just a short ride down the mountain, just about an hour away. But here's Braden Carroll on the snap, and he's back to throw the ball, and he's got it loose, and the ball's going to fall incomplete. Intended for Terrell Myers. And Rogers had that play bracketed. Cam Cunningham was there as well as number 5, Christian Flores, 2 defensive backs for Rogers, and not much there. So Heritage is back to punt at 4th and 14. And that is a line shot back to the number 19 from Rogers, and he's got some room. And there's that army of War Eagles again. And that ball was returned by LaShawn Goshet. Is that how you would say that, Cardinal? Goshet?
LaShawn Gaucher.
Gaucher. Okay, first down Rogers at the Heritage 38-yard line. And Rogers is coming out, has had very little problem moving the ball. They have a refrigerator at right tackle, number 71, Keeson Walker. He's a senior, and they don't even list the height and weight on him, but he looks like half the size of the football field. And there's a pass to Braxton Lindsay. He's open, and touchdown Rogers. And that's going to bring the score to 28-0. And with so much success, Carson running the ball, then a ball fake or a fake run, play action pass is what we would call it on Sunday. And Lindsay sneaks out. He's wide open.
Yep.
So this is our guy, Benson Ashley again. He's getting a lot of work here, kicking the ball. The snap is good. The kick is up. And the refs nod their head, and it's good.
It's good.
It's good. 29-0 Rogers. The rain continues to fall. We're going to go to a short break.
Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
And we're back. Ashley Benson's going to put the ball in the tee for Rogers. He's been a busy person tonight as he's kicking off here again with the wind and with the rain. And it looks like Evan Gordon and
We're flipping papers again.
Julian Castaneda are back, and the ball is going to be kicked, and that one's going to end up in the end zone as well. For a touchback, Heritage will start on their own 20. See Coach Bowen down there on the sideline, softball coach. You do a little stuff with softball?
Yes.
Carson?
Coach Bowen is probably one of my favorite people on campus. Oh, and you, of course. And you. You and Coach Simmons are also some of my favorites.
Well, Coach Bowen's down there, and he's without a hat. It's raining, and he doesn't have his hood up, so he's winning the tough man contest. And there's Carroll back to pass, and he's going to swing it out to Hester. He's got a little space, and that's the nicest play of the night for Heritage, and that's going to be their first down. They had Terrell Myers up the left side. Carroll gives it a shoulder hitch, and then comes back to Hester and some space up the sideline. And that's going to be first down Heritage. Heritage quickly there. It's Carroll. And that's going to be a penalty on
number 8, Marcus Mounts.
Marcus Mounts was drawn off sides from his defensive end position. And Heritage is going to have a short 1st and 5 here in this series. And Carroll again in shotgun. Hester to his left. And there's the give to Hester. And Heritage has got a little push. But that's going to be swallowed up quickly by Rogers. And that's going to be 2nd and 5 for no gain.
Number 7, Nesto Gonzalez was the main.
Yeah, and old Nesto was going to run the ball in there for a second. Nesto now back on the defensive line. Carroll again in shotgun. Evan Gordon to his left. The cat and mouse game begins. Carroll with the call. The snap, the give to Evan Gordon. He's got some room. It's going to be up across the 49-yard line. And they're going to mark that one and another first down Heritage. So back-to-back first downs here in the second period. Some misdirections here. Coach Story, our offensive coordinator, is making some nice adjustments here to get the ball moving. Carroll again. They should give us a warning when they do that. Why would we shoot the cannon?
I keep forgetting it's there.
Was it like, and there's a run by Hester, and he's got some space up across the 46-yard line, almost to the 45, and that's going to be close to another War Eagle first down. Mm-hmm. The smoke's on the field, Carson. Are we being invaded? Nothing happened. Was it a... Excuse me, the fog.
It's getting to
you. The smoke is getting to me.
You can kind of see it at the top of your screen. If the camera was up just a little bit more, you would see it. But
and that's another first down for Heritage, and that's a gift for Hester. And he's got some room right up the middle, and they are moving the ball in this drive. Hester with some good yards on the ground, and that's going to be 6 yards. And we're going to say 6 yards in a cloud of smoke because it's all over the field. And Heritage is going quick. Carroll again with the play. He's in shotgun. Hester to his left. And he's going to get him to jump off sides. The Rogers losing their focus a little bit here defensively. They've been really good as far as flowing through the ball and very aggressive. But this particular drive, this is their second offside penalty, and that's another first down for Heritage. So that's Heritage's 4th first down in this series.
Moving the ball,
Carson. Again, Carroll in shotgun. That's Hester to his left, and that's going to be a jet sweep to Terrell Meyer. He's not going to get much. As our friend Jermaine said a week ago, that defensive end set the edge there and wouldn't allow Terrell to get outside, made him cut back and then a bunch of those white helmets with the Mounties on them on the side were there. We called them a gang. Is that what we said? A gang?
Yeah,
a train.
gang, a train.
A train. Empty backfield here for Carroll, and he's going to let one fly downfield, and that's going to fall incomplete to Michael Hester. Well covered on the play. Cam Cunningham there. Christian Flores there. And another Mountie that I can't see his number. But they had 3 defensive backs there on that kind of flag route. That's what we called it when I was a kid, a flag route. We used to play a lot of. Did you ever play Nerf football in the backyard, Carson?
No.
No? I mean, the little snow outside and throw the ball around? No?
No.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. Carroll back to pass, and he is going to drop it, and they're going to call it incomplete. The white hat is calling it a forward pass. The ball slipped out of Carroll's hand on the way forward, and it's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to bring 4th and 12. And at the 36-yard line here, Carson, Heritage feels like they need to go for it.
Yeah.
And it's a good call because it's a really long field goal, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
So wherever the ball is placed on the ground, you add 17 yards to it, and that's what the field goal would be. And it's a little too close to punt, right?
Yeah.
So here we are, 4th and 14. Carroll's going to give it a whirl. He's got Myers down, and that ball slips through his hands. Beautiful pass by Carroll, right on the money, and the wet football falls incomplete in the end zone, and that's going to bring a change of on downs, and that's going to put Heritage's defense back on the field, and that means Carson and I are going to switch papers.
Yep, another switch.
So 8:23 left. 6:23 left here in the second period. And Jeff Reagan again out. That's Jack Harrell next to him. Single back set. And we're going to go trips up to the top. That's Lindsey at linebacker. He's the young man that got the last touchdown. And the give is to Harrell straight up the middle. And he is going to have first down yardage. And a tackle there by number 2.
Isaiah Yeager
there. First down, Mounties. I don't like the word Mount. I'm a Mountie. A lot of your old family members are Mounties. We used to be in one school, and I always liked the word Mountaineer better.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why here in the next play when the play. It's a give to Harrell, and he's straight up the middle again. And similar play and a first down, Rogers. When I was a kid in high school, we went to Fort Smith Southside, and they had our mascot on the wall of the gym, and it was a Canadian mounted police person. And ever since then, I don't like the word Mountie. So there's a give to Cam Cunningham off the right side, and he's going to give a burst, and he is not going to get caught, and that's going to be touchdown Rogers. And that's going to push the lead to 35-0 here with 5:45 left in the second quarter. Rogers sitting 3rd in the league. Excellent, very, very good quarterback. They've got several guys with speed and a lot of big guys up front. They've had a great season. They've had some big wins, some non-conference wins. One big win at North Little Rock. They beat Muskogee, and they were an eyelash away from beating Fayetteville. And so they've had a good year, and they're going to be strolling into the state playoffs here as a 3 seed, and a good-looking team. And with the made extra point, that's going to make it 36-0 with 5:45 left here in the second period. I'd like to keep this one. And with that, we'll take a short break.
Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
So this one slipping away from Heritage here early in the midway through the second period. We were afraid that this could get like this. Again, Rogers with a really, really good season, and they're flexing their muscles here with a 36-0 score here in the second period. Benson to kick, and that ball is going to be out of bounds, and that's going to be a break for the War Eagles because that's going to be a penalty. And I believe that's going to be placing the ball at the 35 or possibly the 40-yard line because you can't kick the ball out of bounds on the kick, Carson.
Can't kick it out of bounds.
That's a penalty. So Heritage is going to start with their best field position of the night. Ball placed at the 35-yard line. Carroll continues at quarterback. Hester in a single back set. And the snap. And we're going to flip it out here to Terrell, and he can't corral it. That ball slips through his hands for an incomplete pass, second down. Not going to be much there anyway. It's a good song. 2nd and 10. Carroll again. Shotgun position. There's the give to Hester off the right side. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard more.
He was tackled by number 7, Nesto Gonzalez.
Nesto, it's our friend Nesto again.
Nesto again.
Nesto again, bringing up 3rd and
9.
Danny Basurdo in at wide receiver along with Julian Castaneda. It's Evan Gaddy there at the kind of an H-back. He's going to be out. There's going to be a screen. It's going to be disrupted by number 30.
Number 30, Hunter Dickey.
And that's going to bring up 4th down in a punting situation for Heritage. Hester back to punt. And there's the snap. Hester gets it off, and it looks like a pretty good punt. It's going to be fielded there by number 19. He's off to the right edge, and he's going to try and get to the sideline. And he's not going to get there, but a flag comes out late. Interesting what that flag will be because I didn't see anybody over there blocking, so I'm thinking that might be a face mask or something not good for Heritage. And we'll get the call. Face mask on Heritage like we expected. So it's going to place the ball at the 49-yard line of Heritage. And again, really, really good field position for the Mounties. Reagan is going to be in shotgun formation along with Jack Harrell. 1st and 10 Mounties. And that's to give to Harrell over the right side. And there's helmets on the field. That's number 70.
The tackle is made by number 17, Rivers Zanes.
Rivers Zanes makes a tackle. It's going to be a gain of 7, bringing up 2nd and 3. And for some reason, the clock is not running. 4:50 remaining. Terry's going to keep it off the right side, and he's not going to get there.
Number 3, Terrell Myers on the, I wouldn't say tackle, I would just say trip almost.
Yeah, so we're gonna make a correction there. That is not Jeff Reagan at quarterback. That's Jager Blockberger. That young man is a freshman at 6 foot and 175, getting some varsity experience here. 23 is the tailback, Kevin Monroy. He's a junior. And there it is to give to Monroy up the middle. And he's got a nice gain up over the 40-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 39, and they're going to give Rogers a first down. Jack Harrell replaces Monroy after the carry. Blockberger remains in at quarterback. Rain continues to fall. Similar formation. The snap is low. That's Castaneda on the
Dom
track.
Castaneda was he was plotting. He was on his way.
He was, and Blockberger does a nice job in the wet weather to corral the ball and not make that a massive negative play. But there'll be a loss of 2 on the play, bringing up second and
10.
12.
12.
Second and 12, Carson. Pay attention.
Well, our board, the big board says
That's Taylor Tinsley on the big board, and that may not always be right. There's Blockberger hits his man, Cooper Daniel. He's wide open up the middle. Great throw and catch great throw by the freshman. That's going to be touchdown Rogers, and that's going to extend this lead to 42-0 here with 3 minutes left to go in the second period. A beautiful pass by Blockberger. And you can see Coach Harbison is thinking ahead, not only to next week, but also into his future next year and years beyond to get that quarterback ready and into the playoffs. Jeff Reagan probably has seen all he's going to see in this one, and they'll get prepared for next week for the playoffs. That kick is up and good. And
we have a flag on the play.
We do have a flag, Carson. So this will probably be assessed on the kickoff since they're going to count the point. So I'm assuming this is going to be on us. Unsportsmanlike on Rogers. So that's going to put the ball at the 25-yard line of Rogers to kick. So a chance, Carson, for the War Eagles to have some pretty good field position.
Yep.
I mean, if you just do the math, it's a 15-yard gain, right? From the 40 to the 25. So maybe they'll receive the ball about at the 20 and get some good field position. No, so it's not on. It was the unsportsman. They pointed the wrong direction. It's on Heritage. So not a very good chance for good field position as Rogers.
Take that back.
Yeah, I'm going to take that back, but I'm going to blame it and deflect it on somebody else because that's what champions do is they point the blame at somebody else. He did point against Rogers initially. And the kick, and he's going to try and make the field goal, but it's going to be wide left. And that ball doesn't even hit the turf. It hits the long jump track. So Heritage is going to start on their own 20-yard line with 3:01 left to go in the second period. Carroll still in at quarterback. Evan Gordon is going to be the tailback. And we're going to get going here. Looks like the rain has slowed some.
Looks like it's a lighter mist.
And to give to Gordon, he picks his way up over the 23-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 4 yards, bringing up 2nd and 6. Heritage in no hurry. 2:34 remaining. Carroll in shotgun. And there's to give to Gordon up the middle for a gain of 1. And that's going to bring up 3rd and
5. Or
3rd and 5.
Yep. And the tackle was made by number 30, Hunter Dickey.
There you go. Hunter Dickey is a defensive lineman. It looks like kind of a left defensive end. Third and 5, Carroll, shotgun. And he's going to be back to pass. He's going to drop it over to Hester. And nothing doing over there. Kind of a throwback. It looked like something was available there, but not much. Swallowed up quickly by a train of Mountaineers.
Mm-hmm. But the first one on him was, once again, number 8, Marcus Mounts.
Marcus Mounts with the tackle.
I thought it was going to be our guy, Nesto Gonzalez again, but it was not.
Hester back in punt formation. Back to receive the kick is that man, LaShawn Gaucher. Punt's going to land at the 40. They're going to let it roll, and it's going to be picked up there at the 35-yard line. Down at the 35-yard line, as they say. So Rogers is going to take over at their own 36-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 there with 57 seconds left to go in the period. Blockberger still in at quarterback. He's going to keep it over the left side. And Jager is going to get to the 41-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4 for 2nd down and
6. And the tackle was made by number 17, River Zanes.
Very good. River's really active. He's playing linebacker tonight. He's played some defensive end. I feel like he's got some speed, just a little undersized. And there's the give to Monroy, and the ball is loose.
And it is scooped up by, once again, number 17, River Zanes. And, yeah.
River Zanes is going to come up with it.
He's got it.
And the first turnover of the night for both teams. That's a credit to both teams because the ball is wet and it's slippery. And just like everything in high school sports, the first time it happens, it's kind of hard to overcome. So there's really the first time I can remember where we've had a wet field.
Hopefully this gets some positivity going for the offense.
There you go, some momentum, right,
yeah.
Carson?
Yeah, got to get the momentum going.
Carroll back to pass. And that ball slips through Castaneda's hands. And we just have not been able to find a way to catch these wet footballs. And Terrell Myers, who's been just nails all year long, had a chance at a touchdown, couldn't come up with it. And we saw Braxton Lindsay for Rogers have a for sure touchdown slip through his hands as well. So it's not easy out there tonight to catch the ball. And there's a swing pass to Hester. That's going to fall incomplete. It's going to bring out third and
10.
10 seconds remaining here in the period. So in all likelihood, this might be the last play of the half. And we're going to give it to, no, Carroll's going to keep it, and he's going to be dropped down by number 13.
Number 13. Oh, wait. You have the paper.
A.J. Francisco, and there's another cannon.
That
Another
scared
cannon
me.
charge. But it is the end of the half, so you can kind of imagine that's why they did it. Early, it was just like maybe what's going on. But anyway, that's going to end the half.
It looked like we had some flags thrown as we're walking.
There looked to be some, and I hate to use this word because it's my first name, tomfoolery, as we were leaving the field. And that's going to end the half. Rogers is going to go into the halftime up 43-0. We're going to take the halftime, and we're going to watch some things, but we're going to be back with you here in about 15 minutes.
Hi guys, I'm Marley Brown. Who am I here with?
I'm here with Jocelyn Guadarrama.
Okay, so this week Heritage Stuco put on a food drive. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, okay, so we were pretty successful. We don't know the outcome yet, but overall our school raised over $36,000, which is I think a new school record. We've never raised that much, and it was pretty cool seeing a lot of like local businesses partner with us and like donate stuff.
And what do these proceeds go to?
So it all goes part to Samaritan because we partner with them. So it's like Samaritan Food Drive, and then we're sponsored by Chick-fil-A. That's what the Chick-fil-A cards were for.
And who won last year?
Heritage. We've been winning for a couple years. Hopefully it stays the same. We're about to find out.
Okay, thank you guys. Oh, woo! Okay, guys, we just found out that Heritage won. We won the Rotary Cup. Woohoo!
Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands. The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
Always remember to drive your own bus.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
always remember to drive your own bus.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands. Always remember to drive your own bus. The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
always remember to drive your own bus.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands. Always remember to drive your own bus. The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
always remember to drive your own bus.
And we're back here after halftime. Hey, a little some information to pass along in the form of some statistics. In the first half, Heritage 11 first downs, Rogers 20 first downs. Some individual stats, probably more of a telling tale. Jeff Reagan, starting quarterback for Rogers, was 7 of 8 and 142 yards, and he had one rush for 41 yards. So almost 200 yards of offense in the first half. Jack Harrell, 10 rushes for 105 yards. Some big numbers as you could expect with this 43-0 deficit. So as we go forward, the rain continues. The teams are back on the field, getting their mandatory 3-minute warm-up. We're going to look for some other scores around the area, and we're going to refresh here and see what it looks like. And Fearless Friday's not giving us any reports. So Rogers and Heritage playing here tonight. Bentonville and Bentonville West, just to the west of us, and Fayetteville and Harbor, and Springdale and Northside all playing. Not a lot of excitement here in the last week of the season because many of the games, Carson, are not going to really matter one way or the other, as does not this one. Rogers is going to be the 3 seed, win or lose. Bentonville is going to win the conference, and Fayetteville is going to be number 2. Springdale is going to be number 4. And there might be some jockeying there at 5 and 6 going into playoffs. In the central part of the state, Bryant and Conway are the 2 top teams in the league down there. And from all reports, they are the real deal. So they'll probably be 1 and 2, where Fayetteville and Bentonville will be, Bentonville and Fayetteville will be 1 and 2 in the West. Playoffs start next Friday, and the fun begins there. So we're just a few seconds here, 30 seconds away from the second half. And Carson, it's been a lot of fun. And what do you expect here in the second half?
I expect kind of the same deal. I expect a lot of, maybe younger, not as experienced Mountie football players to get some playing time.
Yeah, and I think you're right there, Carson, because, going into a playoff and with the lead here of 43-0 and a running clock, they're going to try and keep people from getting injured.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you would do if you were coaching?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The only way this turns out negative for Rogers is if somebody gets injured.
Yep.
So they're going to do their best to keep things moving, and I believe it's going to be Heritage receiving the kick. Is that right? Did
yes.
Rogers kicked off the start, or did we kick off the start?
We kicked off the
We
start.
did. We kicked off the start. So it's going to be Rogers kicking to Heritage here as we start the third quarter. And again, it's 43-0. And this being the last game of the year for Heritage. And Rogers will move on into the playoffs as the 3 seed.
I did find the score for the Bentonville West game. Another big rivalry game within 7A West. The score is 35-6 Bentonville. It is still halftime. I did not find a Fayetteville Harbor score, but I'm seeing what else I can find.
So it's a fun time of the year, Carson, because the playoffs start, and they don't just start for the 7A schools. They start across the state. So some of our local Northwest Arkansas teams like Farmington and some of those others are going to be playing in the playoffs. Farmington and Morrilton had a unique game the other night where Farmington won 78-75. So with the tomfoolery at the end of the first half, it looks like there had been an unsportsmanlike penalty called on Heritage, and that's going to give Rogers the ball to kick off at the War Eagle 45-yard line. And here's the kick, and it looks like it will sail into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. Heritage will start at their own 20. Heritage trotting out this what looks to be a similar lineup as they started. Carroll looks like he's going to remain at quarterback. And here we go. Ball spotted at the 20. Evan Gordon in at tailback. And just like we see about everywhere, we are in the shotgun. Snap and the give to Gordon off the left side. He's going to get a couple, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. And is that our friend Nesto on the tackle, Carson? We just like saying Nesto. He's not really our friend. We don't know him. I don't know him, but I like saying the word Nesto. So, and he did line up at tailback, which makes him a unique character at 6 feet tall and 250 pounds. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. Carroll again in the shotgun and the give to Hester off the right side as he cuts back for a little gain. And, in fact, he will lose a yard, bringing up 3rd and 9. Ball spotted at the 21. The clock will continually run here in the second half, so this should be a relatively quick half. I know Coach Harbison and his staff, like we said before, are trying to get out of this one, obviously with the win, but it is as important getting out without anybody injured.
Especially in the rain.
And yes, in the rainy, wet weather. Hester in motion. Carroll steps up. He's going to take off running. He's got what looks to be enough for the first down. A nice decision to step up in the box. The pass rush passed him by on his sides as he moved up the field, and he sneaks out there for an 11-yard gain or 13-yard gain.
And he is tackled by number 10, Damien. I don't even know how to go about saying this last name. How would you say that?
We're just going to call him Damien.
Damien R.
Damien
number
R.
10, Damien R.
Damien R. makes the tackle. First down and quickly back in shotgun. Carroll takes the snap. He's going to give a little hitch. And he's going to throw that one behind Julian Castaneda in the midst of a lot of Rogers defenders. Unfortunate that one did not end up intercepted. Bringing up 2nd and 10. Clock continues to roll. 9:04 left in the third. Myers in motion. Give to Hester. And he's not going to get anything. He tries to weasel out, and the whistle blows.
Number 47. I keep getting all the weird, hard to pronounce. Gerardo
Guzman.
Guzman.
Come on,
is
Carson.
all over him.
Yep.
I'm not good at pronouncing names.
3rd and 11. Carroll still in at quarterback. Hester to his right. The snap. And he's got it loose, and the ball again is going to go through Terrell Myers' hands. The rain continues to fall even harder. In fact, we're getting a little weather inside here. This is 4th and 11. Hester in punt formation. O'Shea back to receive. The ball is going to skip by him. He's going to pick it up. And there's going to be a block in the back, block on the back on number 30.
Number 30, Hunter Dickey.
Hunter Dickey was there and put both hands on the back of a Heritage Warrior Eagle and gave him a shove. So the ball is going to be spotted at the 16-yard line, but they're going to go half the distance there in all likelihood in an illegal block. So Rogers will take over at their own 12-yard line, 13-yard line, 1st and 10, 6:34 left in the third. And there's that man, Jagger Blockberger, at quarterback. And to give to Monroy up the middle. And he's going to get a couple out over the 10. Army?
Yeah, that's an Army, an Airy.
A convoy or Congress or convocation.
A convocation of Eagles.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and looks to be 7. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line.
Just a little bit under 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Blockberger will take the snap, and it's low and slippery, and Monroy is going to take it over the right side. And the pile's going to get pushed out to the 16-yard line. Third and 1, 5:14 left, snap, and Blockberger is going to keep it, and he's not going to get a gain at all. In fact, he's going to lose a yard or 2, bringing up 4th down. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. They're going to let this clock run way down. It's 4th and 2, and at the moment, it looks like Rogers is going to try and draw us off sides, and they did. So on a 4th and 2 on our own, on the Mounties' own 16-yard line, Heritage jumps off sides, and that's going to give Rogers a 1st down. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line. Blockberger is going to keep over the right side. He's got a little room. He's going to have a gain of about 4 yards. Ball spotted up over the 27-yard line. And that's going to bring up 2nd and
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Yes, thanks, Mr. Gaffney there in the PA.
Just a couple doors down.
And there's Monroy on the carry, and he's going to be out over the 36-yard line. And that's going to be enough for a Mountaineer 1st down. Again, no hurry here by Rogers, and they're going to take just about every second off the play clock. And I think Heritage is going to be content to let them do that. 1st and 10, 3:08 left. The ball given to number
21, Rhett
Seehoff. Rhett, a sophomore, listed at linebacker. Obviously, he's a running back as well. And he's going to remain in the game. He's Blockberger to take the snap, 2nd and 7. And he's going to keep Blockberger's going to keep. He's out over midfield. He's breaking a tackle, and he is out to the 46-yard line of Heritage.
My mic was off. He was tackled by number 12, Demarion Lockett.
Lockett with the tackle. But not until a first down for Rogers. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line. Clock continues to tick. 2:02 in the third. And we're going to call that one dead, and there's a flag, and we're looking at a false start. That's going to push the ball back to the 49 of Rogers, making it 1st and 15. Blockberger with the snap, and he's going to keep it. And the ball is loose and recovered by Rogers. But the result of the play is going to be a 3-yard loss, bringing up 2nd and 18.
Looks like it was recovered by number 64, Andrew
Cordici. Sophomore offensive lineman, 265. Andrew does a nice job there corralling that one after Blockberger put it on the turf. Bringing up 2nd down, the snap, and we're going to roll out here. A little short pass, complete. And that is out to the 40-yard line. And we're going to give that reception to number 22, Xander Burke. Sophomore tight end, running back, bringing up 3rd and 6. So a gain of 12 on the play. This looks to be the last play of the half. In fact, it probably will be. Rogers is going to let it run out. And that's going to end the third quarter. And they'll take a break, and we'll take a break.
Yep.
And we'll be back here in 60 seconds.
We will be back.
Always remember to drive your own bus.
And we're back here for the start of the fourth quarter. We're going to have 12 minutes here in the rain.
12 only.
Carson, as probably a lot of very, very sound and logical decisions are being made here in the fourth quarter because the stands are starting to empty. And I can understand with a 43-0 deficit here and a running clock that people are opting to stay dry. And there's the give. And the ball carrier is number 97. Raymond Jackson, sophomore for Rogers there on the gain. 4th down and 3. Blockberger is quickly to the line of scrimmage. And I think they're going to be looking for a possible. Nope, they're going to hand it off, and it's off. And there goes 97 with a nice gain up. Raymond Jackson up there past the 26-yard line and down to the 23. And it's going to be first down Rogers on a 4th down carry. 11:08 and counting. A lot of guys in for Rogers with clean uniforms. That's an old thing to say because, we used to play on grass and dirt all the time. So we'd get in this kind of game, and there'd be a lot of guys in the game whose uniforms weren't dirty, so you knew they hadn't got in the game much. And another give to Raymond Jackson. And that's Evan Gordon and Rivers Ains on the stop for a -1 on the carry. 2nd and 11. Clock continues to tick. 10:20 remaining. Blockberger will give. No, he will keep on a read option. He's breaking some tackles for a gain of about 3. 2nd and looks about like 8 yards, right, Carson? You still with me over there? 2nd and 8. 2nd and 9. 3rd and I guess it's 3rd down. 3rd and 9. Some new faces, some new cleats on the turf out there. Heritage defense basically remains the same. That's a keep. Blockberger on the carry. And that's number 3 on the...
Terrell Myers looked like he just tripped him up a little bit.
He did. Came from his safety position and made a nice tackle to bring up 4th down and what looks to be about 3 yards. Heritage is going to take a timeout, and so will we.
Yep.
With 8:54, we'll be back in a few.
Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has a prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
Hey, we're back, and we're going to hand this off to Jerry Davenport, and he's going to give us a message. Jerry, go ahead.
I'd just like to thank our group of kids that have put this on tonight. Carson Coleman, Mr. Olson, also Ava, all the kids that are here tonight, Libby, Sahara, Jacob, Jorge, Coloi, Brooke, and Taylor, and Marley for weathering the storm tonight and being just great at what they're doing. And I appreciate everything they've done.
Jerry, we appreciate you, this whole system. And when you get, I guess you'd say, I've been around the block, Carson, since we opened and been doing this in football for probably the last 7 or 8 years. And just the quality of broadcast, thanks to Jerry and the staff here, night in, night out, has been amazing. The camera work and the graphics and all this coming together is really a shout out to all you guys do, and it's a great asset to our school and our community. So 4th and 8, and Blockberger's going to be back to pass, and he's got somebody wide open in the end zone, and that is Diego Juarez, and that's a touchdown. Completion pass to Diego Juarez. And if you do a little research here, Carson, and you look at number 3 and you see that name Jagger Blockberger, and you look over on the right side, you see the linebackers coach named Jared Blockberger. There's a connection there, and that's one Jared Blockberger's son Jagger, and good to see that he's making the connection, and he's going to have a bright future as a freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And with 7:21 left in the game, that makes the score at even 50, half a century to 0. And I think all of us are just hoping this one gets over soon. I'm just, both sides.
We have some very big puddles on our sideline. I can see the Spirit teams kind of running around in them.
Puddles on the sideline. Look at the puddles in the press box. I mean, look at this.
We got some puddles up here. Some breakthrough.
We're dodging raindrops up here, Carson. I don't know.
Trying to clean most of them up.
Yeah, our papers are wet.
And just another reason that it's always 75 and sunny where I coach. And I don't know if I would be here if I was out there, just an attaboy and an attagirl to those people that are still here underneath their umbrellas supporting their kids. That's spectacular on both sides because it's just not a real pleasant night to be outside. Not real cold, but cold when you get wet. And it's kind of wet, and the flag is starting to calm down a little bit, but the rain continues to fall.
Well, Coach Olson, speaking of basketball, we will go live for the boys' first couple games in the Pro Source Tip-Off Tournament. So we will be live for both of those. Those are Thursday and Friday of next week, and then we'll just be...
That's awesome. It's awesome, so appreciative. And because in our country, there's a lot of us that have family members that don't live near us. And there's a lot of grandparents that live across the country, and it's really neat that a grandmother can pop open her laptop in California and see her grandson play in Arkansas. So that's awesome, and that's a real blessing and a benefit to us all. So that kickoff is going to end up in the end zone for a touchback. And Heritage is going to take the field and going to get the ball at the 20. And they're going to hopefully be able to string a few first downs together and get something positive here to end the season. And Braden Carroll remains in at quarterback, Hester at tailback. One Evan Gaddy is in there at tight end, H-back position. Carroll in shotgun, and that is Basurdo in motion, and the give is to Hester. And he's going to get a few as the pile continues to move. He's going to be out over the 25-yard line. And 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line. And there was a jump, but it didn't warrant a flag. Hester on the carry. He's out over the 30-yard line, and they're going to move it forward and move the sticks, and that's going to be a first down Heritage. Clock ticking, under 4 minutes. Carroll's going to take the snap here. Ball placed at the 30. And there's the give to Evan Gordon. He's got a little space over the left side, and he's going to have a nice gain of about 7 out to the 37. Maddox Morris on the tackle for Rogers. Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd and 4. 3:18 remaining. Again, ball given to Gaddy over the left side. Got a little space. He's going to cut back, and he's going to move the ball close to the 50-yard line, to the 49. That's going to be first down Heritage. And they're going to move it forward. And there's going to be mass substitutions here for Rogers. Ball placed at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Heritage. 2:40 and ticking. That means the clock's still running, Carson.
Ticking.
It's still ticking.
It's ticking.
And there's the give to Hester off the right side. He's got a little space. And he's going to move the ball across the 45 to the 42-yard line, 41-yard line.
Yeah, Hester pushed his way through a train of
tacklers?
Through a train of Mountaineers.
And they're going to place it at the 39 of Rogers. We're inside of 2 minutes here. 1st and 10, Heritage. Gordon with the carry. And he's going to have a nice run up to the 30-yard line.
We're just short of another first down.
Just short. Second and one. Very good, Carson. Gordon remains in the game at tailback. And here's a carry off the left side. And Gordon's not going to get the edge, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 31-yard line, a loss of 1. And it's going to be third and
1.
Third and 1. I think our friend Coach Tinsley is a little short on the scoreboard because
should be like 3rd and 2.
It looks 3rd and 2 or more. Carroll back to pass. He's going to let one fly to Terrell Myers. It's going to be way short and incomplete, bringing up 4th down. And with 30 seconds left, we're looking at what could be the last play of the game. And in light of the weather, I think everybody's going to be happy that this one's over.
Yes, I know I am. I'm not even outside and I'm freezing.
And there is an incomplete pass, ball intended for Julian Castaneda, and it's going to come up incomplete, and that's going to turn the ball over on downs as the clock continues to tick. And with that one, we're going to say this one is over 50-0. And Heritage is going to end the season. Rogers is heading into a playoff. Good luck to them next week, wherever they may land. Carson, it's been a blast.
Yes.
It's been a blast. It's been a blast celebrating Heritage and all the activities that you do and that are across the country or across our campus. And as football season ends, it just means we move into
basketball,
other things, basketball, wrestling, and then all of the cheer and dance and all the stuff that goes on there. So we thank all of you that listened in tonight. We're grateful for Jerry and his crew that have done such a bang-up job all year. We look forward to some basketball, and I'm going to hand the mic off to someone else, and we'll go forward. Again, thank you for your attention tonight, and Mounties are going to win this one 50-0. And with that, Carson?
Go War Eagles.
Go War Eagles.
Go War Eagles.
Good night and have a wonderful weekend.